Wanted to get your thoughts. A lot of people,
So we've shared the show for 4 years now and parts of our brain, and I take the route that you took and cut it up last week. Like, how are we going to pay like skill players this much money without any type of proven track record? I'm laughing because I was thinking about the comment you made about his grill. I was like, no, Germ, what are you doing? Dwayne Marcus did not like that one at all either.
No. That's that Gen Z, like that's their hero. That's their Randy Moss. And I do get it. I do get the defense.
He's good. He's very
great.
good.
No, he's great. The problem is wide receivers, these skilled position players, they don't translate to winning. You can't. And I've told these people who are jumping in my comments talking about I don't know football. Everybody shouldn't have a podcast. You don't know what you're talking about. I've asked them, cool. Find me the last skill player that was paid $30-something million or who was the highest paid player on the team that's won a Super Bowl. They can't find it.
No.
They were throwing Travis Kelce in my face. Travis Kelce, a tight end to me is not a skill position. And even if it was, even if you wanted to use Travis Kelce as an example, he makes $17 million. He just recently got that extension. Exactly. He's not even top 15 in wide receivers. So that's my point. You have to build the team around them. So yes, Minnesota, you have a rookie quarterback. If you're going to pay somebody, now's the time to do it. But you're going to tell me that you're comfortable paying Justin Jefferson $35 million. Great. That'll be good for this roster for the next couple years. But the Buffalo Bills did this with Stephon Diggs. They traded him, and now they have to eat the rest of his $31 million contract because now they couldn't build anybody else. And now we're stuck with the Mac Hollins and the Curtis Samuels of the world. Quarterback, tackles, pass rush, corner. That's who you pay. What would you have done? You know what I would do? If I am building a team, offensive line, defensive line, find me some really good corners, find my quarterback, eventually pay him, and I would draft a wide receiver every second round of every draft I'm in, and I would recycle them motherfuckers every time I get a chance. And by the time I get all the good use out of their legs, I'm shipping them off somewhere else. Great. Go make your $35 million with another team to not win football games. Cooper Kupp, when they won their Super Bowl, guess what that team, the Rams, did? They paid Matt Stafford and Aaron Donald and that great defense. Cooper Kupp was making $5 million a year. It doesn't work. Ask the Dallas Cowboys how's paying skill players work. They paid Amari Cooper and Zeke Elliott first before they paid Dak. When it was time to pay Dak, they had to trade Amari Cooper. They got rid of Zeke, and you see what happened to the Dallas Cowboys. They barely recruit.
Look, if we're taking the Cowboys for an example, you can go back to when they paid Dez, and we'll leave it at that. So what I just did in this conversation, and hopefully this will back everybody off. To be honest with you, what the fuck, no, Ed. So I just pulled up wide receiver contracts by amount listing in order. Obviously, with the recent news, Justin Jefferson, but I'm looking at it's a list of all of them. That's for sure. I can tell you nowhere in the top 10, 15, 20 do I see a Chiefs receiver in there. Do I see any other team that has won the Super Bowl in the last? Cooper Kupp's on there, but I think that's his contract came in after they won.
Yes, came in after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, there are players from the Bucks that are on there, but post Super Bowl, same thing with the Pats, same thing with the Eagles. So, I mean, honestly, if you look down the line right now, you're seeing Jefferson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith. So you have some Eagles up here, but recent.
Yeah.
Collins, Metcalf, Samuel, Pittman, Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs, like T. Higgins. The list goes on and on and on. So to your original point and what everybody's been arguing with you about, there is no example. You cannot point to it, at least in today's current NFL.
In this current, model NFL.
Yeah. Which in all honesty, anytime there's a massive contract that comes out, regardless of whatever position it is, there's Germanite on here going, what the hell is going on? It seems like, look, agents are doing the work and they're getting money, but all it is right now is who's getting the most money, and it's less about who's building right? What team where individuals are going to take less money and a more team friendly contract in order to really build off the championship? And the last team to do that, I don't want to say they did it together, but they basically mortgaged their future for one Super Bowl, and that was the Rams. And they did so. They won the Super Bowl, and now we'll see what happens with their development over the next couple of years. But there is some merit to what Jerm is saying. Whether you think he knows football or not, he brings up a valid point. Now, if the Vikings turn it around this year and end up winning the Super Bowl, we'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
we'll gladly.
Sure. Yeah.
And they have until 2029 to do so, because that's when his contract can void. So hey, listen, over the next 5 years, that's what you got. You got a 5-year period of us not talking about this anymore.
Yeah, and good luck to you. Like I said, you guys, I think the last time I could find one that was a valid example was Isaac Bruce. That was back in 2006.
Oh my God.
So cool, man. Listen, if you're gonna ride with that, and cool, I get you, Vikings fans. He's the best thing you got. He's the best, maybe the best receiver in football, generational talent. I don't care. You don't pay him. So let somebody else pay him. You have a brand new rookie quarterback. I think I'd be more concerned with building a proper offensive line and a good pass rush. On top of the fact that Justin Jefferson hasn't been reliable. I misspoke and said, I think I said he didn't have any playoff appearances, but I meant playoff wins. He had like 7 catches for 47 yards in the one playoff game that they lost, that they made. I mean, he's been hurt. $35 million. I get the wide receiver market has to be set by somebody, but don't let that be y'all. Don't let that be y'all. But cool. All y'all people, I want you to come back to all the names you called me in this Justin Jefferson post. All 383 people that liked the post, shout out to y'all for agreeing with me. Shout out to the people that argued. Like, you tell me that my podcast ain't nothing, but you're here commenting on our reels. That's hilarious. Shout out to y'all.
Well, in all fairness, we do start the show and thank the haters. So
yeah. And I'm telling you, that's why you're sponsored. I mean, all 20,000 of y'all, appreciate it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, the Vikings, what does this do for them? They're still not a top 5 team in the NFC. Like, you're paying him $35 million. I think the only argument you can have is that in like 3 years or whenever it's time to pay JJ McCarthy, it's not going to look like a bad contract. I'm telling you, this rarely works out. Just book it. Like, you can't find me an example where this type of thing works out. But hey, maybe it'll work out for y'all just because y'all really, really, really want it.